Well, Hebrews 2:14, that's the one about Jesus conquered the devil, presumably, that text there. Well, supporting the personal devil, whatever that's supposed to mean. The devil is a person in Scripture. I'm not supporting the personal devil. Well, with great respect to Christadelphians, this doctrine is plainly and appallingly difficult. I would like to relieve you of the burden of trying to explain away the demons, particularly, when you take the text of Scripture beautifully, in so many cases, you believe in the kingdom, the one God, Jesus as Messiah, you take all of that in a most rational and reasonable way. When you get to Hebrews 2:14, you read, therefore, since the children share in flesh and blood, he, Jesus, likewise also partook of the same. He was a human being, flesh and blood, constituted as we are, that through death he might render powerless him who has the power of death, that's the devil. The devil. Christadelphian literature tends to talk about a devil or a Satan. That's just not what Scripture says. So the one text will not solve the problem. You start with the Satan, the serpent, in the garden, because in Revelation 20 you have a plain equation of the ancient serpent being the Satan, Hasatan in Hebrew, or the Avalos, the devil in Greek. This is a personality in Genesis 1. God punishes this individual for lying. Now, if, as John Thomas, the founder of Christadelphianism, said, the devil lied but didn't intend to lie, or I should say the serpent lied but didn't intend to lie, because the serpent, he said, was a non-morally responsible animal, well then guess who did the lying? That pushes the lie back onto God. That's a fearful idea. God doesn't punish the innocent like that. He punished Adam for his sin, he punished Eve, and he punished a third individual, the serpent. So exactly how that works in terms of, was this a literal snake animated by the devil, or is it a code word for the devil? It doesn't matter. It's not going to change the world. The fact is that the serpent is the devil and Satan. So to my Christadelphian friends, I would say, take your lexicon of Greek or any English dictionary and look out the word demon. It's a perfectly easy word. Demonia in Greek means demons. If you don't believe there are demons, you have to ask yourself this question. Why would the narrative writers of the New Testament lace their accounts with the word demonia? The demonia, I want to tell you, in Luke 4:41, speak to Jesus. They recognize him as the Messiah when the public doesn't. Who is Jesus talking to here? Obviously demons. These are supernatural, evil personalities. God permits evil at the spiritual level, the angelic level. You read of interangelic warfare in Daniel 10. You have evil angels. You have demonic forces. Their origin doesn't matter. Maybe they're the product of those marriages in Genesis 6. That's not the point. You believe in the Pharisees, although you can't explain the origin, maybe. The fact is the demons are there, plainly. In Luke 4:41, Jesus speaks to them. They, the demons, cry out, using the vocal cords of their victims. So not to understand the difference between the demon and the demonized is the same as not understanding the difference between an employer and an employee. I would strongly recommend that Christadelphians have a council and reconsider this extraordinary notion that we are the devil. It's actually psychologically bad for you to think that you are the devil. Yes, we have human nature. We have a downward pull of human nature. We know that. But the demons are external to man. James says the demons believe in the one God and tremble. Wake up in the morning and ponder that text. What are you going to say in the judgment? Jesus says, well, what did that say? Are these mentally insane people who believe in the one God and tremble? I doubt it. Are these diseases that believe? I don't think so. This is a simple exercise of plain, easy English. Denominations can be wrong, but they're curious animals, denominations are. There must be the Berean spirit. Again, one verse is fatal. You must take the whole range and start in the Synoptic Gospels and look up the word demonia and say, before God and your friends, what in the world are the words demons doing here if they don't exist? It was put to us way back in 1974, and thanks to the gracious activity of Christadelphians, we were instructed properly in the Son of God who begins in the womb of his mother Mary. That's wonderful. But when they then went on to try to explain away these very easy texts, I had to depart from them, because it isn't honest to say that demons mean anything other than demons. You might as well say a table means a chair. I'm a language person by training, very poor in other subjects, but with some sense of the meaning of language. And we do rely on lexicons and dictionaries for the meaning of words. We know that's true. So I would urge the Christadelphians to rethink this particular issue.